That's not exactly what I wanted to have being viewed. That is. So why don't I move that?
What is that drawing you've done for the background?
Ooh, that is a pseudo dragon. Thank you. Right, that should be us on the go. Hello. Sorry, let me just finagle some stuff. There we go. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I've got little Myrtle on my lap here because she's decided to be, yes, thank you, incredibly noisy, haven't you? And actually, you know what? It's kind of fortuitous because we're going to be doing some pets today. We're going to be making some D&D pets, whether they are pint-sized familiars like you, or if they are more kind of ranger pets, is going to be interesting to find out. I need your help with that because I want to make something fun, something interesting, not just like an animal that exists, but like, you know, pseudo-dragon-esque, something like a displacer beast, another classic creature that, you know, you'd only find in D&D, but is relatable enough. So that's what I want to create. With your help, so I'm going to need your suggestions. My lovely wife Yvonne is sitting across the way from me. Hopefully you can hear her as well. We've changed our kind of setup slightly. So say hi, Yvonne.
Hi.
Okay, so Yvonne is going to be reading out your questions, and there's a tiny bit of a delay between what you guys say and what we read, so it might take a little while. I can actually see you on my screen over here as well, but I'm going to be very distracted, and it's much easier if I'm hearing these things aloud, and I just like having my wife here. So we're going to be doing this together. She's going to be reading out your stuff and helping me along. Yeah, so we're going to be drawing a pet today, but before we get started, while you guys think of suggestions of things that you'd like to see, whether it's like animal parts or ideas for like what kind of niche this creature could fill, where it might live, that kind of stuff, little bits and bobs that might help us create this creature over time. I'm just going to say a massive thank you to my patrons over on Patreon, all of whom are supporting this content and are helping us to make this wonderful stuff and allowing me to live this wonderful life where I draw amazing nerdy stuff and get to hang out with you guys. So this month you are Raptor Dio, who I know is in the comments. That's Zach. Duck Quack, Nicholas G. Silver, Jonathan Foster, who's also in the comment section there in his workshop listening to this, George Punton, Nap in Camo, Yorick Beast, Smiling Sadist, Amanda and Jake Westfall, Ethan Dibby, Nathan Stratton, Bartle Gruff the Great, Braxton Hudson, Cav Manic, Matt Lichtenwalner, Halfie Wolf, Peter Balfe, Max Schluter, Darth Caetana, Oliver Thorvald Mellock, Colby Monroe, Styrax, Ryan H., Steve Harrison, Max Copeland, Tamerling, Dan Waterman, Sam Hickson, Dominique Jolly, AJ, Christian Palmer-Smith, Aldrin, Matthew Anderson, Miles, Ryan Von Aegir, Micah, Rappeltech, Rory Gladstone, Rose Celavy, Doombot9, Daniel Williams, Denny Scalf, Matt Moore, Yuda Jorge, Dean Root, Bronwyn Haller, who I think is in the comment section as well, Inquisitor Thomas, Bootsy, Janessa, and Megan Myrick. So thank you all so much for your support and your help as well. That's really kind of you. And yeah, let's turn it over to the comments. Have we had any more suggestions? And are you going to behave long enough for me to be able to put you down so I don't lose any sensitivity in my legs? Because you're a very cute, heavy girl.
Okay, so to kick things off, Myrtle's going to be very happy because Zach has upped her snack budget for the month.
Oh!
$10. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
Myrtle will be very
happy.
That.
Yes.
Moonring has jumped straight in with a suggestion for. Wow, that's a really squeaky chair you've got.
Sorry, yeah, I know. I need to put the WD-40 on it.
What if we do a shocking pink dragon millipede with a pug head?
Ooh, wow. Okay, those are some really interesting parts. I like the sound of that.
Nikolai, who I think is Gabriel.
Yes, yeah, that's Gabriel. Yep.
Gabriel says, "Are these animals going to be inspired from the D&D fantasy Pinterest board that you have?"
I don't think so. I mean, where?
D&D fantasy animals. from Pinterest. Is that?
I don't-
Maybe it's not one that you have.
Oh right, okay. I don't think I have one of those, but my things might be on some Pinterests. I don't know, but I have Pinterest up so that I can look up things like color palettes and other animals. But if you've got like Pinterests and things like that of creatures, then make sure to send them along. Yeah.
Last Biscuicorn says, what about a little pocket pet, which is cute.
Little pocket pet sounds wonderful. Yes, please.
Gabriel says emerald monitor and emerald boa, which I'm guessing is a lizard and a snake.
Yeah, it sounds lovely.
So you should definitely have a wee look at them.
Mm-hmm.
Moon rings chipped in and tipped.
Oh, thank you very much.
What about a stingray with chicken wings and legs?
Oh, amazing.
Pretty cool.
Oh. Yeah, it's like a tube.
Yorick says, I would like to suggest the Waitariki, a cryptid from New Zealand that resembles an otter but has a beaver-like tail with brown fur and white spots on its back, which sounds super cute.
Sounds
actually.
absolutely amazing, yeah.
Let's see. Leo says a baby red slad would be a nice pet.
Ah, interesting. Okay. I mean, I like a kind of frog creature for sure. Slads maybe like a bit terrifying, but yes, if you can meet a nice slad, you might have one as a pet, as long as they don't scratch you. That's the important part.
Okay, you're gonna have to bear with me on the pronunciation here. A domestic.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah. Uteranus.
Careful how you say that. Uteranius.
That.
Uteranius, maybe?
Yeah.
What about pseudocotal or pseudolimon?
Oh, that's very cute. Like a little kind of snaky worm type creature. Very draconic. I like the sound of that. Yeah.
What about aberrations with a human nose and bird feet?
That sounds terrifying, Moonring.
Got some really cool combinations.
Yeah, goodness me. How are we going to break this down?
Duck features are adorable, giant bee inspired, and that'll get a vote from you, John.
Obviously, anything bee related always gets me.
Talon would like the glow in the dark pet, which is really
I do like the sound of a glow in the dark pet. I tell you what, why don't I start compiling some options based on what you've been saying to me,
right.
And then we can kind of pick out certain features. We can like roll some dice and see how many that we're going to get. So I heard not when I'm drawing in white, I'm not hearing anything. There we go. So why don't I go for here we go. I heard glow in the dark.
Ducks, bees.
Yeah, 2 ducks. 3
Blade turtle.
Okay. I'm gonna put the word turtle down. Okay. I know what a Beyblade is, but it's like a little spinning top, like an aggro dreidel.
Okay. A human nose with bird feet.
Yeah. Let's do 5 human nose, 6 bird feet. What were some of the parts of that creature that Yorick mentioned? Because that was pretty cute. Beaver tail.
Tail.
8. We can do otter. 9. Oh, there were so many good ones. Let's do limworm.
Little pocket pet for like a size reference.
Oh yeah.
A red slad.
Sized 11. We'll do red.
Zach says, I heard we need suggestions for places that the creatures live. Just spitballing. I really like the idea of creatures living in a massive citywide library.
Ooh.
Not sure why.
Okay.
Cool.
I like the sound of that.
Yours is perhaps a linorm that has a dragon-headed caterpillar inspired head.
Oh, that sounds cool. Oh, yeah, let's make sure to put that on there. So, dragon.
Moonring says, what about a human head and a velvet worm?
Ooh.
Reese says possible projectile quills.
Head. Hold on. 15 is. Okay, right. Let's try and get 5 more, so we get up to 20, and then we can roll a d20.
Cool.
Okay. There's so many good ideas here.
Yeah, you did hear aggro dreidel.
You did indeed hear aggro dreidel. That was my summary of what a Beyblade is. I don't know. Do you know what a Beyblade is? Did everybody get Beyblades?
No.
I never played them, but I remember the cartoon existing. It was in the same vein as Digimon type thing and Pokemon, but like with aggro dreidels. Right. Okay. 16. I've got.
Pygmy Chimera.
Oh. Well, we're kind of going to make a chimera out of this list, so that's kind of.
Oh, pig-like.
Oh yeah, of course, pig-like.
Yeah, of course. That was a really early suggestion.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm going back through the comments to see if we've got any more that I've missed in here.
Stingray and chicken feet and wings.
Stingray, yeah. We've got kind of bird feet in there, but wings for sure. Let's do, in case it doesn't normally have wings.
The Utah is a real-life tyrannosaurid from China, 9 meters long, fluffy feathers, medium 3-fingered arms, and the feathers were cold for the cold temperature of their homes.
That sounds cute.
Armadillo can roll
Armadillo, yes. Okay, and then let's go for
really large eyes, 8 arms and legs.
Ooh, okay. I heard really large eyes first, and I think that's going to be a good feature. Sorry, I'm still figuring out the dual screen here. So large eyes. Okay, so
need another one? No.
I think we've got 20 now.
Yeah, 20 now. Sorry, my screen's like a good 30 seconds behind yours.
It's okay.
Alright.
Hold on, let's do suggestions. And if you get up a dice rolling app or get a d20 out, whatever's closest, then I will create a layer here to start sketching, I think.
We should get a real
we should. Like, we've got so many dice downstairs, but every time we come to stream, I always forget. Even though almost every single time we end up doing like something up to 20 or up to 100. It's always within dice range. And yet, we tend not to. So, do you want to?
Right, so I've got a d20 ready to roll.
Okay, how many should we pick? How many parts should we pick?
Well, do you want to? Because some of them are more detailed than others.
That's true.
Do you want to just roll until you feel like you have a good? Because
until
you four and you get
some weird parts that like contradict or whatever, then that might be a bit weird. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So give me a d20 to start off with, please.
Okay, roll. We have a 6.
A 6.
Bird feet.
Bird feet. Okay, so whatever we're making has bird feet. Which could be chicken, it could be anything.
Hi, cat.
Oh, hello. Good to see you. Give me another d20, please.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we get pig-like, and it's going to be a...
Oh, so close. It's 17.
17 stingray. Okay.
Pig-like can still happen.
It could still happen.
Secretly rooting for... Nikolai's asking how many pets you're going to make. That's a good point.
That's a good point. So I'm planning to be on stream for about 2 hours total. So if we get things done before that point, then maybe we'll make 2 or something like that. I honestly don't know how long this process is going to take, because we might just go like, we could have gone with like beaver tail, bee, done, and that's in, done. Like, it's just a bee without a sting. It's very cute and it makes a dam, and that's it. And then that would probably be done fairly quickly. But this might be some sort of, knowing us, horrible monstrosity that might take us a long time, because even though it's not on the list, we might end up with 1,000 eyes or something like that. So we'll see how long the drawing takes, but definitely 1, maybe 2, something along those lines. So Stingray gives us quite a lot of stuff to go with, but if you could give me another d20 so I can get a better picture of this thing. Yeah, at least 1 more for sure.
Pocket size, number 10.
Pocket size, yeah.
I feel like you could do another one then. Cause
size is definitely subjective. Okay, so this is a tiny, minuscule thing. Give me another d20 then in that case.
Steve Harrison's open for 8. for 18 for wings. Okay. Let's see. 20. Large eyes.
Large eyes. You know, I think we can go for another one. I think we can go for an extra part. Yeah. We can roll it. This is very much now we're getting to the kind of like.
Break it. Like,
this
so
could
far,
break
this
it.
could be quite cute.
Yeah.
You want to throw it?
Yeah. I feel like what's the game where you like count cards up to 21? Is that blackjack? I feel like that's blackjack. Either way, I feel like we're definitely gambling here, and we're like already at like 16, and the next card could totally destroy it. So let's get tentatively one more, and I will discard this one if it completely breaks it.
Okay, so here's the issue.
Okay, yeah.
I've rolled 7, which is beaver tail, which obviously conflicts a bit with the stingray in some respects.
No, I can
do a
totally.
Stingray with a beaver tail?
I can do a stingray with a beaver tail because if we do bird feet and then instead of wings, it's got like the stingray's shape, you know, so more manta ray like perhaps. It's tiny and it's got some large eyes. You know, actually, in my head, automatically, I've got. Now I can look things up because I've got my second screen here.
It's blackjack. It is blackjack, yeah.
I am thinking of, and all this kind of stuff in biblical mythology, and then there's this one that's just an owl with a crown with really long legs, and he's really, really cute. I was just like, I mean, I'd give up a soul for a tiny, cute demon boy who looks like an owl. He's adorable. So, I mean, that's kind of what I've got in my head, even though owl did not come up. I've got a kind of like dorky owl boy coming up.
I mean, you're saying adorable. Reese Jones says abomination. Can't wait.
Yeah,
so, I mean, there's 2 ways of looking at that.
There's that. It could go either way. But I'm going to minimize these suggestions slightly. I'm getting a notification that says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So let me know if you guys.
A little bit glitchy.
Is it going a tiny bit glitchy?
Sounds.
Okay. Just let me know if anything needs repeating, if this is going to sound really weird, or anything like that.
Steve reckons that I reckon I can do a stingray with beaver tail. Should go in the history book.
Right. I'm just gonna like. The amount that everyone's doubting me here making me think like, do I definitely know what a stingray looks like?
Yeah, of course you do.
I feel like I do. Like, yeah, no, I know what I'm talking about here. I can definitely do that. It's like everyone's going, this is a really bad idea. This is not going to come out right.
If it helps, Bram says beaver tail plus stingray equals flat white boy.
Yes.
A living kite.
Yes, exactly. A living kite. That could even be the name. Oh, they look so cute. Now, here's the thing, right? Do I draw this? I think I want to draw this from the top.
Top down?
No, not top down, but like stingrays have 2 really sort of adorable looking faces. The one where you can see them from the top, and the one where you can see them from the bottom, where they look like little meaty angels.
Oh, the bottom.
It's very cute, but then I'm thinking, you know, trust me, I've got this. This is it's gonna be a little bit weird, but it's gonna be good. Large eyes as well. I'm not going to skimp on the eyes. I was actually just watching. There is. I really love a game called Dark Souls. A lot of people in the chat will know this game. It's a very, very famous game. But there are particular creatures in it who are the bane of my existence. I hate them. And they are the Dark Souls version of basilisks who can like. The whole aim of this game is that like you can die and then come back. You're an undead person, right? So you go back and you get all the stuff that you've lost where you last died. Basilisks reduce your health permanently after they kill you because you turn to stone. And they have these huge, adorable eyes and they look super cute. But they are the worst things in the whole goddamn game. So I'm gonna pull some inspiration from basilisks from Dark Souls and make an actually. I mean, whether or not it ends up being actually cute is going to be, you know, open for interpretation. But like big ass Homer Simpson eyes on top of this tiny boy.
I mean, I'm going to be impressed if you can make something with big eyes that's not cute, really.
Yeah, I mean,
because with most things, right?
You'd hope.
Even that spider. I mean, I know you hate spiders, but that spider with the big eyes.
That spider with the big eyes
cute.
is very, very cute. The oh god, what's that called? The little jumping spider one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty cute. I'll admit that one did almost lower my defences about spiders.
Oh, okay, hang on. Here's a cool suggestion. Just before you go too much further, Bram says, "What if it has one massive central eye that you can see at the top and the bottom?"
Ooh.
Because that would be cool. It could spin up and down.
That does sound pretty cool. Now I'm scuppered because that's a really good idea.
It would be harder to make that one cute though.
I suppose it would. Let me have a quick sketch and see what I come up with, and then if it's totally horrifying and not cute, because I feel like this is going to end up being like a bit Kermit the Frog like, and I don't know how cute that's actually going to be in the real world.
Peacock spider thing.
Yes, peacock spider. That's the one. Yeah, weirdly cute. I feel like that's the kind of emissary of the spider people before they invade. They're sending one cute thing as a messenger before they lay eggs in our eyes. Right, okay. Alright, oh god, how do I make this look like it's not screaming? This is not supposed to be a mouth. Let's do...
Minrin says, "Dang it, I should have suggested a peacock spider with human hands and a nose."
No. Ah dear. This is going to be such a cursed creature, isn't it?
That's exactly what Zach just said.
Ah dear.
Cursed.
I'm hoping to... Is this my curse? Do I just make cursed things?
I feel like when you open to suggestions and making a hybrid of those suggestions, it will always be slightly cursed.
That's fair. That is fair.
The question, does it fly or live in the water?
So it's got bird feet. For some reason I've got the like library thing in my head, so I've got like an urban environment for this.
Could it be like a flying fish? Could it like leap out and use its talons to like grab onto birds and drag them down?
Oh yeah.
Or like anything that looks just slightly above the water.
I'm liking how you've gone instinctively for predator here, whereas
I mean, bird feet always kind of stick. Well, actually,
Yeah.
I mean, there's pigeons.
Yeah.
Could you give it like the messed up feet of a pigeon?
Oh god.
Actually, that's a question for. Is that just a UK thing?
I know
have
we
messed up feet all over the world.
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna abuse this platform for that question.
wasn't it like a tracking thing that we did? Because people put those little metal tags all over.
I think
pigeons.
it's to do with like the anti-pigeon stuff that people put on windowsills and statues
God.
to stop them landing on things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but here in the UK, like pigeons, pretty much every pigeon's got a missing toe at least.
Yeah, at least a missing toe, if not whole missing legs and stuff.
Right, Moonring says, "I can already tell this boy is going to be beautiful." Love that positivity.
Thank you very much.
York said, "He reminds me of the Japanese live-action Spider-Man series, where the catchphrase is 'I'm an emissary from hell, Spider-Man.'"
I've just googled the word chicken leg and it's come up with like recipes because I forgot chicken legs were food. Chicken. I'm just
long a vegan.
Yeah. Right. I'm just going for like chicken anatomy. I want to know how your feet are different from normal feet.
Oh, I totally agree with this. Got that 90s cartoon Scream look to it, like out of Ren and Stimpy or Rocco's Modern Life.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Is it a cute baby pet version of Cloaker?
Yes, kind of. Definitely got that kind of energy to it. Maybe these are kind of like the little offshoots that dwell in like cloaker cities, because cloakers are intelligent enough to have their own cities. So maybe that.
Max Schlitter has joined us. This
Hello,
is finally
Max.
catching one of your streams again.
Oh, thank you for being here, Max.
Cabman says the manta like underdark aberration that looks like a cloak.
Yes, that is indeed a cloaker. Yeah.
This is our Thormivore feeds on ambient magic.
Ooh.
If you wanted to go to the library with root, that's cool.
Thormivore is a great term as well. I'm liking that.
Yeah, I think that's in reply to Gabriel said, is it a piscivore, omnivore, insectivore, herbivore, carnivore?
Yeah, I think if this is going to be tiny, if it's tiny, then it needs to be like insect eating or thormivore, as you say. Maybe that's why it would hang around adventurers and want to be a pet. If it's like eating magic, would be quite a cool thing.
I'm forgetting how tiny it is. I don't
yeah. Oh yeah. This fits in a pocket, yeah. So this has to be pretty adorable. I'm going to give it big dorky eyes.
Do you know, I'm just trying to think what sort of texture a beaver tail looks like.
I get the impression that it's like what's it called? Like a file.
Oh my god, people eat beaver tails?
People eat beaver tails?
Oh, I just googled it and it looks like a lot cooked.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no, wait, sorry, it's a sweet. It's obviously like a pastry.
Oh, right, like a bear claw kind of thing, not actually being a bear claw. Okay, that's fine, we're good.
Oh, well, actually, maybe
no.
The images look about like we might be beaver tail as well.
I'm going to look for the texture.
Oh, it's kind of scaly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go on. Beaver, Las Vegas, tail.
No.
Sorry. Right. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. I just googled the phrase beaver tail as well and I got a load of bread. Right, actual beaver tail. That's what we're looking for. Right, okay. Wow, you're not kidding. That's like fish scales.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Okay.
They are such weird, wonderful creatures.
Yeah, okay, right. I feel like we've made another really dorky creature that people are going to like in the same style as Drippy. Is it just the eyes? Is it like dorky creatures are our mascots?
I was joking earlier about creating another Drippy, but this is flippy.
York
says so far this design is working way better than it should.
Right? Yeah. Kuotora, yeah.
I like for 10 minutes. What in the name of Bahamut is that?
So this is a stingray with chicken feet. That's the size that would fit inside your pocket, with large eyes, and probably lives in, what did we say, like a cloaker city. So I imagine it rummages through the dustbins of a cloaker's city.
Or a library.
Or a library, yes, is also a very good call. Now I'm wondering, can I drop at all things over here? No, I can't. Okay, fine. I'm going to have to get a colour palette from the internet.
You can screen grab and paste it. Like Shift, Command, Option 4, and you can draw a square around what you want.
It's okay. Because then I have to... that doesn't like copy for me. That saves something for me.
Yeah, to your desktop, and then you can paste it. No.
No, it's okay. I've got a colour palette anyway, so that's us. Surprise, surprise, I've gone for pinks and greens in a move that will surprise 0 people. Okay, so let's go for skin. And do a little...
Oh, this is cute. How about a cantripry? Since it's so small, eating level spells would probably make it burst.
Oh, that's adorable. Yes, I love that.
Leo approves so far,
yeah.
So it's amazing.
Thank you very much.
Beavers are fish in a fur coat. That sounds like a good way of thinking about it.
That's also a really horrible image, but I love it. I love that you went there.
Moonring asked, did you know that there's beaver species without the tail?
Is there really? No.
Tailless beaver.
That's so weird. I like the sound of it. That sounds cool.
The chicken feet look remarkably similar to the collar points some cloakers are depicted with.
Oh, interesting. The plot thickens. We're tying this into the universe properly. I like these guys. What are we going to call them? Like, what's their species name? And
didn't someone suggest something cute earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, that was a while back. Remind us.
Yeah. I'm liking this guy, though. So is this a familiar, do you think? Or is this something that you, like, just some little trash creature that you find? Because, I mean, like, is this something that someone could do, like, I cast summon little nightmare beavers, or is this, like, a familiar that is going to be hanging around you? And if so, what's it like? What does it do? How does it behave? Because if it eats magic...
Cool suggestion.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe it can inflate its mouth like a frog.
Ooh, that's cool. Maybe it could do, like, a kind of... dispel magic as a reaction, just like once per day, and that's it eating a spell or something. If it eats too large a spell, then it bursts. But it could save you potentially from a single spell if it's low enough level. Might be a fun idea.
I could see Drow keeping this as a domesticated cloaker.
Oh yeah, that's a cute idea.
The Vatican.
Oh, it's like a napkin cloaker. What would you call it? Like a... Oh, God. Sorry, carry on.
The Vatican decreed a number of species as fish to allow for cultural consumption of them during Lent, like capybaras.
No way.
I'm guessing that beavers are in that as well.
That's cool.
Maybe it inflated when it eats and glows the colour of the School of Magic.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a cool idea. I love that. Yes, please.
A living kite. That was
Living kite. Yes. Yeah, that's my boy.
Minring says, what did I miss mention it? That went down for a minute.
No worries. So we have discovered that this guy is a domesticatable little trash stingray that eats magic, and it can defend you by consuming a spell that's hurled at you, but it can't eat too much magic, otherwise it'll burst. But if it manages to survive it and is satisfied by it and so on, then it can change its colour like a chameleon, but it does so automatically and turns into a colour representing the school of magic that it belongs to.
Let's go. Minring says, maybe it can sit on your head and protect you from psionic attacks.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
Yeah. Gaffman says, beavers are interesting creatures though. I was working on a bit of a sci-fi story featuring a planet of beavers and their civilizations.
Oh my god. Right, okay.
Oh, they're quite cool though. That's like one of the 4 stuff you should know podcasts I listen to on a regular basis, and I remember absolutely nothing about them.
That's because you fall asleep when you're listening to it. It is relaxing.
Gabriel says they're Armenian, ball-eyed, long-tailed walking stingray.
Aww. Very cute. I like it.
Oh, that's a cute colour palette. That's me just noticing your colour palette.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I do collect some pretty good ones. I have a Pinterest board that is like 93% colour palettes. Just because people keep making real good ones, and it's much better than me actually learning colour theory, which would take time. And
how do you guys collect your visuals for when you're DMing? Like, I know Josh has like mood boards on Pinterest for like all the different species and races and groups in his world, and he quite often sends us images when we're working digitally anyway. Does anyone work differently from that? Do you guys use Pinterest?
It's a really good tool.
Yeah. I don't know how anyone does anything visual without Pinterest.
Yeah, I'm with you. Have to collect everything, you know?
Oh, Gav, it says it's loosely inspired by the game Timberborn, and how I feel it is lacking in accurate beaver water-based structures.
I don't know that game, but I like a game that features a lot of beavers. That sounds like a very cute game.
Kit says a stingless ray.
A stingless ray, yes. Exactly. Also, hello, Kit.
I feel like a slap ray.
Yeah. Aww. Yeah, I'm getting kind of like, maybe it's a bit like a skunk or something like that. It's got this reputation for you don't want to get too close to them because they will slap you in the face. Maybe there's something like really obtuse that sets them off. Like, I'm thinking of in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there's like a planet that I think it's like the Vogons live on it or something like that, and they can't stand independent thought. So anyone who thinks of anything or has any ideas gets slapped in the face by these creatures that live underneath the sand and look like fly swatters. So you have to like try and get from A to B without having any interesting thoughts. Otherwise, you'll get slapped in the face, and it's really quite sore.
Yeah. Do you think it can sting with the beaver tail?
I don't think it can sting. No, I think this is a very harmless little creature, but irritating. I'm getting kind of like raccoon energy from it. Like it's cute, it's weird. You don't want to get bitten by one, and you don't want to get scratched by one. Like they can defend themselves, and they're maybe a little bit kind of. What do you want to say? Like a little bit wild, but not necessarily like it's not like a cobra. You're not going to be concerned about having them, in your neighborhood.
Oh my god! Timberborn is a village builder style game where you play as beavers after the apocalypse.
Oh my god!
There is a game for everything.
I'm so into that. I'm down. That's I'm playing that. Sounds amazing. When was that made? Is it new or is it has it been out for a while?
Okay, so guys, you can see behind Josh that the whiteboard is currently clean, which means that we've caught up on all our videos for the rest of the year.
Yes.
Which means that we're going to be using our time to brainstorm ideas and stuff that we can come back in 2022 with. If anyone has any suggestions for different styles of videos or different ideas that you would like Josh to cover on the channel, feel free to drop some into the chat because we're going to be brainstorming that soon.
Yes.
So it would be lovely to hear what you guys think as well.
Like I want to change up the channel a decent bit and kind of reach a larger group of people and kind of, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the time I'm trying to organise and categorise everything in D&D right now, and I want to stray away from that and move more into what I initially planned for the channel, which is, as I've said on countless occasions, like I have ADHD, I want to do what's called following the dopamine. I want to ask questions that I'm fascinated with, I think other people might be interested in as well. And I think rather than fulfilling the role of the teacher, which, I may not be qualified to do, I enjoy what I study and what I research and stuff, but I'd way rather be the other kid in class with you who asks the question that you didn't know you needed an answer to. Like that one person who goes like, no, actually, I didn't understand that. Can we go back and circle round to that again? And then we end up learning something fun, maybe a little bit off topic. So I know I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break in January, just so I can kind of chill out in December and not really make any video content and stuff and just enjoy my holiday. But what I'm really looking forward to is coming back in February and doing like a month of maybe Fae-based stuff, because I know a lot of people have said February or February or there's a lot of different terms for it. So asking questions like, what is, the Feywilds? What is it really like? What are the Seelie and Unseelie courts? How do they operate? How do you get to the Feywilds? Asking more questions and less sort of categorizing everything is kind of where I'd like to go with it, if that makes sense.
Moonring's asking if you can draw backgrounds. And Cameron's asking if you've ever tried out 3D modelling.
I've never tried 3D modelling. I think, Caveman, are you the person in the Discord? Because I get mixed up with a lot of screen names, but are you the person in the Discord who's been doing some 3D modelling? Because, I don't know, I feel like I would enjoy it. I think myself, like a lot of dyslexic people, also find, visualise things in 3 dimensions quite a lot of the time. But I've never really tried it. I like sculpting and stuff, and if it's relatively similar, I don't know. But where it falls down for me is that I'm quite bad with technology, so it needs to be quite easy to pick up, or I need to have a lot of time to play around with it. Like I'm pretty much still figuring out my artistic style right now as we speak, and I've been drawing for years and years. Even I've been digitally drawing for years and years. I've been drawing my whole life in general, but. So yeah, if things are easy enough to pick up, I would love to give that kind of thing a go.
So apparently you said I may be taking a bit of a break and then the stream just started buffering.
Oh no! I'm taking a bit of break right now. Yeah. No, don't worry. I'm not taking a break that immediately.
Oh, Steve, yeah, I feel you here. You know what I hate about naming my nonsense for D&D? Urban Dictionary. I've invented so many words that I've since found a not safe for work definition on that wretched thing.
Yes.
Yeah, there's literally nothing you can... So there used to be a trend for searching your name on it. I can't remember what
I wouldn't want to know.
Usually some very bitter people would put definitions about people they disliked names.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, nothing's safe on that.
Yeah.
Captain Dutchman's joined us.
Oh, hello, Captain Dutchman. How you doing?
Bram says, sounds great. I love videos that answer questions I never even knew I had. That's cool. Minring says, this boy is heckin' cute.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
I like him. I'm gonna do a bit of that. Oh, Myrtle, I hear you, pal. She's snoring away down there. Been very cute. It's much better than earlier on when she was just basically shouting at us, being like with all of her little grumbles.
Yeah, she likes to kick up. She doesn't like if we leave a blanket on her bed. She likes to be under the blanket and tucked in.
Mm-hmm.
So if we haven't done that, she kicks and digs at her bed and makes like a lot of noise until eventually we get up and
just a lot of aggro.
You're asking if you've ever considered making a comic.
I have considered making a comic. I used to do them all the time as a kid, but they are so time consuming. I mean, I think it's either make Arcane Forge or make comics, basically. So I picked Arcane Forge, but I don't think there's enough time in my life to do both. But I would love to, absolutely love to. How about you? I know you commission a lot of people to make comics, but have you drawn any of your own?
Right, where am I? Steve's saying if you do the 3D modelling, you can sell the STL files.
That's cool.
I'd love to see your take on various D&D villains, but you put a twist on it. Like, for example, if Strahd was a woman, if Vecna wasn't a lich, or if the Horde of the Dragon Queen was a good module. Because I'm also trying to find my own art styles. I think that we're in the same or similar boats with that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool, yeah.
I've recently sort of changed things up a bit. Well, I say recently, I've been working on it for ages. But I don't know, like I learned to draw through comics, and with that came an appreciation for line art. And that ended up being art that I could do, but that wasn't art that I wanted. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a huge gap between the art that I have in the past been capable of producing versus the art that I really love.
It's a discrepancy between like personal taste and skills.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of the things that a lot of artists kind of struggle with, because it's like, would you hang your own art in your house? I think 90% of artists would probably say no, because they made it and it's like that kind of feeling. But recently I've been trying to tap into exactly what art is it that I really love, and what elements of it are there that I really enjoy. And I think it's really, as of late, improved what I've been working on, and I've been a lot more happy with it. So yeah, I'm very pleased with what I can come up with now.
Okay, so we've got the suggestion of the living kite as the species name.
Yeah, I like that.
Do we need a name for this individual guy?
Yes, we do. Always we do. How else is he going to rival Drippy in loveliness? Because Drippy is an ooze griffin, we all know that, but he's also Drippy.
Kit says, oh god no, which I'm guessing is about hanging your own work.
Yeah, I think so. I absolutely love Kit's work. It's very, very quick, but also like it's the man has infuriatingly good handwriting. Like, just it's like its own font as well. Like, what the hell is that? How do you acquire that? I quite like my handwriting, but I wouldn't use it as a font. It's definitely handwriting.
I love that we both are so incensed that the other one can't read our handwriting.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I think Josh's handwriting's really hard to read, and he thinks like mine is impossible.
Yeah.
Steve says, good, maximising happiness is the whole point of everything I say.
Absolutely, I could not agree more. That's a wonderful sentiment.
Max says, I think you recently posted something on your Instagram along the lines of interviewing other artists.
Yes.
I'd love to see that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. In particular, I want to talk to artists who I think are bringing something really unique to D&D. The thing that kind of like spurred me on is, some of you will have heard of this person as well. I know Yorick has, because we talked about our mutual love of this particular artist. But I remember finding an artist whose name is Filibuster Frog. Fantastic name, very, very cool artist. And the reason why I'd heard of Filibuster Frog is because they do illustrations of D&D circumstances. So it's like the idea of just loads of stuff that made me want to make videos in the first place, like, you know, if you cast too many spells, how does that change you personally? Like, what do your spell scars look like? You know, if you get, you know, hit with an Eldritch Blast too many times, maybe it's not a burn that you feel, but you have like these kind of particular tendril-like scars. What does that look like? And all these interesting forms of genasi and things like that. So I really want to get people on who are bringing something interesting stylistically, or are doing something really creative with like the ideas side of things. So yeah, if you know any people like that who are kind of just playing, just having an interesting idea, not doing things that you've seen a million times before, whether it's through their style or whether it's through their just approach to fantasy art, I'm so excited for that. And as well, there's another streamer as well called Art of Caro, Cat, also known as, who uses this thing. I can't remember what the name of it is. I forget it every time we're talking about this. But she uses this website that's basically like a free version of Photoshop that multiple people can draw on at the same time. So I'm looking forward to having artists come on. We can talk about all sorts of interesting stuff that they're interested in, and what they're bringing to D&D, and the questions that I have for them, and so on, and talk about what stuff they're making. But at the same time, we can be drawing together, and that can kind of alleviate a bit of that kind of observer's paradox, that feeling that you're in an interview, because no one likes to be interviewed, really, unless you're truly weird.
He says it's always good to question and really get into the ideas of art and the way that people view the world through different lenses.
Absolutely.
Moonring says maybe this boy could be called Murphy.
Oh, Murphy!
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the sound of that, definitely.
Someone suggested earlier that you make two of these things and like have a Pokemon battle.
Oh.
I'm feeling.
Yeah, definitely. Oh.
Do you know, I think it'd be great to have, you know those, is it Fable tables?
Oh yeah, Tables and Fables, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who the author of that is.
Yeah, I don't know either. That would be amazing. Absolutely. Yes, please.
Big Murph.
Big Murph, yes. I think this creature's going to be done quicker than I'd expected, which would be fun. Yeah, actually, no, let's do a bit of that as well. Have you guys added any peculiar creatures to your campaign worlds that are sort of like this? Any kind of really... not in the monster manual or anything like that, just like totally your own creation kind of monsters?
Okay. Yes, Laval is saying Murphy emoji on the Discord is a must.
Oh, absolutely.
Yorick says Murphy used tail slap. It was mildly effective.
Yes,
That's perfect.
exactly.
Max says, has anyone seen the latest piece by Rachel Denton, who painted Mark Holmes, High Rollers, D&D, etc., and his female OC Mara, I think, midst transformation? We'll need to look that one up.
What was the name of this person, sorry?
Rachel Denton.
It really rings a bell.
Because that was truly amazingly unique. Murphy's Law is suiting since this guy pops when he eats too much. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Redford Fox, the chap who did the tarot artwork for Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, that's like Josh's dream.
Yeah, dream.
Art.
Yeah, that's like my favourite artist of all time, pretty much. I would say between them and Mobius, like, how cool do you have to be and how French do you have to be to just no longer have a name anymore? You just get to go by your pseudonym. But yes, a bit of Mobius, a bit of Dragon Age, yeah, all sorts of stuff like that. Would be incredible. What kind of texture do I want to stick on here? I think I want a bit of that. Actually, I think I'll go for... What interesting brushes have I not used for a while? Oh, that seems nice. Let's go for a bit of that. A few little spots. That seems to fit quite nicely. And then we'll go for some line work over the top of that. God, I really do need to change this. Well, not change. Get some WD-40 on this seat. Keeping it up in recordings and stuff as well. But yeah, alright, let's go. For some reason the word Oswald came to mind as a name. But I think we've had some good names already. It just seems quite Oswaldy to me. A few little lines around his massive eyes. Massive eyes do make everything look pretty cute. Let's take away this sketch and see what we're left with. Let's see what else I need to do to him. Because I think it's not quite got the detail that I'm looking for in certain bits.
Right,
I think.
I'll catch you up on some of the comments.
Yeah, please, what have we got?
Kit says, I have, but they were nightmarish and not nearly as cute as this fella, so I don't know if you... That's in relation to something...
I think we were talking about...
Sorry, I left the room for a little bit. Cabman says, another art YouTube channel I watched, Drawfee.
Oh, Drawfee, yeah, they're quite big, aren't they?
It uses that multi-artist site.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. It's very good.
Bram says, a caterpillar, as long as a cat but with too many legs and it's venomous, and yes, it turns into a butterfly the size of a lion.
Oh, amazing.
Stream buffering and then it's back, so...
Oh, okay.
Oh, do you know what? Should we open the door because we realised that made the...
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah. Yes, please. Sorry about that, guys.
It's just such an old house, the internet struggles a bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will help. Love the tadpole-like tail. Hidden Nerdy Side does some pretty nice artwork. Hidden Nerdy Side?
Hidden Nerdy Side? No, I've never heard of that one.
kind of been making some custom magical theropods.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Oh yes, you were asking if people had.
Yeah, if people had made their own kind of little cute creatures to add in that weren't in the monster manual or anything like that, but were like well loved as pets by their party.
Dr. Bukowski said there's a 10-year-old watching who would like to put forward the name Humphrey Doodah.
Humphrey Doodah! Oh my goodness, yeah.
That's cute.
That's very cute.
Kind of remind me of the sock puppet Dipper from Gravity Falls.
Oh, I've not actually. So, like, I know kind of what happens in Gravity Falls, but I've not actually watched it. You know what I mean? Like, I've caught clips. Oh, man, I really want to watch that because it's like Adventure Time adjacent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's very Adventure Timey, but like, it's kind of. I'm told regularly that it's like Adventure Time, but kind of a bit more grown up.
Okay, I'll be into that.
That'd be cool. I kind of want to give this guy a little
Sabal says, I forgot, I made mosquitoes in memory. How would you
right,
mosquitoes.
mosquitoes.
They eat memories for plot reasons.
That's really cool. I love
party
that.
Pet, though.
No, I can imagine you'd maybe not be friends with them.
Oh yeah, Hidden Nerdy Side is a D&D YouTuber.
Okay. Why would you hide your nerdy side? Nerdy side is life.
So Reese has actually not ever played D&D at all.
Have you not? My goodness. Well, thank you for being here, regardless.
Have you joined us? Are you looking at the channel for like research into the subject, or are you looking to start your own group or anything?
Yeah.
Kit has finished the team pick for Binks's game.
Oh, amazing! Yes, I'd love to see your version of the team. It's everyone who's going to be doing this live stream. I don't know if you guys have seen. Some of you will have for sure, but I'm going to be playing live. Going to be doing some actual play with a few other artists. And yeah, like I say, everyone who's involved is an illustrator of some kind, and so we're all going to have these wildly different notions of what everything looks like, and I'm very excited to see everyone's interpretations of like the party and what the world looks like and stuff. It may only be like a couple of short sessions. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a campaign or a couple of sessions or whatever. I think the idea is that it's going to be like whatever works basically, but I'm excited.
Steve, I bloody love this idea. It says, hey, remember we said it bursts if it eats too big a spell?
Yeah.
How about if this creature eats too big a spell, it bursts, but it leaves an egg behind, sort of like a phoenix. It hatches in so many weeks.
Cool. Yes.
I love it.
That's amazing. Yes, please.
Zach says we have clockwork pets that are mostly a potion breaker.
Ooh.
Different potions loaded into them add fun effects.
That's cool.
Oh, beaker, sorry, not breaker.
Oh, yeah.
Max says I've made a Wendigo for my campaign. It's not a new creature, but I made my own stat block and abilities. My wife sadly immediately knew what we were fighting because she recognised it from Supernatural.
Oh no.
Talon says in my games we have little turtles with stained glass shells.
Ooh.
They emit light if fed and live
cool.
in the Underdark.
That sounds amazing.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I made a snurtle, which is a large slimy snail turtle.
Oh.
Turtle snail. Pretty much like a hermit crab slug.
That sounds so cute.
What kind of sounds does he make?
Ooh. I don't know.
Oh, it's got to be something quite dorky and cute, I think.
Yeah. There's definitely like I feel like it just opens its mouth really, really wide and just lets out a kind of meh.
Or it just screams like a that hog getting its nose trimmed.
Oh god, you know, like when SpongeBob is like going soiled it, like just has. I just have that in my head now.
Meep.
Meep, yes, Meep, which could also be this creature's name.
Mm-hmm. I think we went with Murphy though, didn't we?
Oh yeah, Murphy, yes.
Called Murph, Big Murph.
Yeah, Big Murph, of course.
A mixture between a whistle and a purr.
Oh. Makes you think of the cat dog thing, Gene.
How did that go?
One fine day with a woof and a purr. Something.
That was just disturbing.
Yeah, man.
It definitely meets. Okay, I think we've come to consensus there.
Yeah.
That this thing meeps.
They do. It's a meepy
Oh,
creature.
imitates the sound of the spell it ate, but very
Oh,
distorted.
that's a really cool idea. I love it. I absolutely love that idea. Yes, please.
York says, I imagine it makes map sounds.
Yes. Yes, all of that.
That's my interpretation of what that should be.
Okay.
Quite a nice 80s background that looks like an 80s shelter.
Yeah, I just wanted something to contrast with the eyes because the eyes were not looking very spherical. And it's like I very intentionally put shine in places there. I need to make sure that is visible. So it's 7. So I think we've got time for another little creature if it's as complicated as that.
Will we keep the same list and re-roll?
Yeah. So that we don't end up rolling on the same thing twice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So.
Reese says,
let me just save first before we get on to anything else. Right, yes.
All of the above. I've also watched so many D&D Twitch videos on YouTube, so I know how to play, so that's good. Excellent.
Right. Well, I'm glad you know how to play. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah.
To have the rules in your mind before you even get to the table.
Definitely.
Dr. Bukowski says, I adore this channel. Thank you so much for being here.
No worries. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you to say.
Norman says it's a very fascinating creature. Maybe some sort of colour changing communication.
That's a really nice idea. Yeah, especially with the magic. Maybe it can feed on like the latent ley line energy around it or something like that to communicate with each other.
Didn't we say it's going to glow? It's going to puff up its chest and glow.
Yeah, definitely. It can sort of disjoint its tiny little jaw. I like him. That was a really good one. Right, okay.
Okay, so who is he fighting?
Yeah, round 1, fight. Yeah, sorry.
To roll?
Yes, please. Roll a d20, please.
Alright, will you score it?
Yes, I will. I will do that. Hang on. Let me just... suggestions. Oh, yeah. No, it is. It just took a few seconds to load.
Yes, the first one is the one that I'm sure a lot of people have been waiting for.
Oh, God.
Pig-like.
Pig-like! Okay, that's fine. I thought it was human head. Right, so pig-like.
Oh, Cavman says Gravity Falls is sort of half between Adventure Time and Rick and Morty with a Twin Peaks aesthetic.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's, yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it definitely sounds it. I've had a lot of spoilers for it, unfortunately, but, because it's been out for ages. Is it really a spoiler if it's been out for... Anyway, yeah, please roll another d20 so that I don't get distracted talking about things.
9. Linnorm.
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
long pig. Yeah, so Linworm in.
Oh, Linworm.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah. I mean, unless it's something else that I didn't. Hold on. I need to make sure I'm not talking out my butt. Yes, no, it's yeah. So it's like a Chinese kind of dragon that has 2 front legs and a really long butt, kind of thing. So so I'm thinking like so far pig, long pig, like really really long pig. But yes, so like I've already got quite a lot in my head there, but let's maybe throw one more in. 1 glows in the dark. Done deal. I like it. Yes, please. Okay. Let's go for.
Okay.
Yes. So a little porcine boy.
Max says, isn't a lindworm a 2-legged dragon? At least in the direct German translation is lindworm.
Yes, yeah, but they have very very long butts, so that's the upside. I mean, I'm basically like snake pig with 2 legs, is where I'm at. So, yeah. Either way, very happy to have more pigules I mean, I could go a bit more dragony with it, I suppose. Actually, do you wanna roll one more feature?
Yes, go on. That might be a bit tame, to be honest.
Yeah, okay, fair dues. Alright, okay, go for it. What else we got?
4 turtle.
4 turtle. Oh, okay, the complete opposite. Okay, turtle.
Do you want that or should
No. Oh, we're putting it in.
Capman says if it's a long pig, it has to have human features, though. Yes.
Oh God, what? Oh God, yeah, of course. What film is that from?
What?
Long pigs. It's like a cannibal describes people as long pigs.
It's not Hannibal, is it?
It might be Hannibal.
Oh, I don't know. I just heard cannibal.
Yes. Yeah. Oh well.
Someone will tell us.
Yeah. Oh, cute little pigs. This is going to be such a monster. Okay. Let's go for... Beautiful little pig.
Oh, apparently it's an antiquated term for human flesh eaten by cannibals.
Ah, okay.
Ooh. 19th century. There's a snake-necked turtle, if that helps his work.
Oh, that's an interesting thought there. I did not know that.
Oh, technically the dragons from Game of Thrones would be lindworms, but snake pig with a long butt sounds way more fun.
Yeah. Well, they have more than 2 legs though, don't they? They have 2 legs and wings. Lindworms don't have wings. Is the only thing. I'm wondering if I could turn the pig snout into like a kind of turtle beak thing. Or was this getting too cursed already? I was kind of going for a bit of cute. We'll see how cursed it gets. Let's not go too cursed. Let's pull it back. Okay, let's
Sometimes things get held for review and I have no idea why, because Norman says maybe the features of Barney and Bearded Pig. Maybe just the pig. I don't know. Sure, the umbrella like that.
Maybe it.
Do you think you could do a live stream where we make a player race?
I'd really love that. That'd be really nice. Why don't we do that in? Oh, we could do that in February, couldn't we?
Maybe its arms serve as the shell and it sort of rolls up under its arms, says Bram.
Oh, that's an interesting
Picture me a turtle with a long neck, but just a whole pig head at the end.
God, yeah. Oh God, there's a TV show that I think you'd really like that is animated. That's like about a witch who like turns into a werewolf or something like that, and she has like it's called like Hoots or something like that. It just goes hoot hoot all the time. It's just like an owl's face that is basically a snake body and with infinite length, and like that's the kind of guardian of her house.
Oh, that's a point. Snapping turtles have kind of pig-like noses.
Yeah. Okay. We can kind of make this cute. I'm not making. He looks very.
Don't worry if it becomes too cursed. Murphy will protect us.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Pig mouth without tusks look kind of beak-like, says Cav.
Yeah. Let's go with that. I'm sure.
Owl House.
Owl House. Oh, is that really what it's called?
It's on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. I think you'd like it anyway. Turtle. So let's do a couple little flippers.
Oh, he looks like a wombat. Has also been held for review. I mean, maybe people have had some really niche insults in the past.
Yeah. Check out this wombat over here.
They're also turtles with long snouts, like soft shell turtles.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know. I think if we do this kind of thing, we do like a little bit of a shell, and then it's just a kind of like extending shell. Oh, maybe the shell kind of like goes like a carapace over the back. A helmet. No. I was like, oh, can I throw that in? No. No.
Just no.
Sorry.
I feel like if there's time, you should make one from all the unchosen ones.
Oh my god, that sounds horrendous. Oh no, I've done wrong. Hang on here. Let's duplicate layer. I've drawn on the wrong layer again.
Snake neck turtles has been suggested a couple of times. I'll show you if I can lift that.
Oh, sorry, I'll Google it if you. Ooh.
Weird looking around.
They are very peculiar. Let's do. Yeah, there we go. Right, so if I merge that down, always drawn on the wrong layers, you know. There we go. Now I can get rid of that. So now at least.
Gabriel says, "Hi dear, a series for you a series. Oh, it's been deleted.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like Ivan's gonna butcher this.
It sounded like really dramatic as well. It's like in a world kind of thing, like starting off.
Oh, I think your stream might be. Oh no.
Oh, is it still?
We had the little buffer logo.
Okay. By the way, guys, I've kind of changed my setup a little bit. My camera's up here. If the location of the camera is weird, please just let me know, because I would like to kind of make things visible, basically.
It looks good to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, that's good.
But feel free to say otherwise.
Yeah, no worries.
Maybe the pig could be a little sea elephant like.
Sea elephant. Oh yeah, no, that's a cute idea actually. Maybe a bit more kind of jellified in that case. That'd be quite nice. You know what? I don't think I need to do the detailing on that for now. I've got the little fins. And yeah, it's very cursed again. But we will sort it out.
Moonring has sent us a tip. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Moonring.
The Elden Ring gameplay in Monsters.
Have I seen the Elden Ring gameplay? Yes, I have. I'm so excited for it. It seems like a game. Like I'm bad at From Software games. I'm really bad at them. But it's one of those things that I would still maybe consider streaming, because it seems like, from what little I've seen, with the amount of summons and stuff that you get, it's a little bit easier than normal, maybe. But it's so much more D&D based. I really want to give it a go. So maybe, if it's something that you guys would be interested in seeing, and I end up having a computer that can play it eventually, then maybe that's something that I will do. That would be really fun.
Give him big eyes, instant cute. Are the photophores more on the shell or the neck, or maybe under the eyes like flashlight fishes? Or it could be the glowing organs on the flippers and wave with it, or on the side of the tail. So the sort of bioluminescence sort of
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
cells.
What are we?
Photophores?
Yeah. Is this for
Norwin.
for our little kite guy?
No, I think it's for the current one.
Yeah.
Oh, Norwin, you can let us know if you meant for the.
Sorry, I got a little bit confused there.
Yeah, I don't know. Do turtles have that? I don't know.
Or is this just a suggestion of something that you'd like to see? Or
Reese says it's fine, which I'm guessing is your setup. So
okay,
we're all good.
Lovely.
Yes, the abomination I wanted. Everything's getting flagged at the moment.
Why? What's going on?
I'm sure we've had the word abomination before.
Yeah, we definitely have.
Not being flagged.
We regularly talk about abominations. Maybe YouTube's changed its parameters somehow or something.
Catman says going to stream some Timberborn, are you? Yeah. Let us know if you're streaming Timberborn, because I want to see post-apocalyptic beavers.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a glow-in-the-dark pig snake.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that it glows in the dark. I forget. Yeah. I had forgotten that
Marvin,
entire
you
thing.
totally
Now
related us.
my
Yes,
goodness, I
yes,
completely.
We were so obsessed with this long-necked pig.
Yeah,
that we
I had
totally
forgotten about one of the
forgotten
major
it glows in the
keywords.
dark.
Yeah, my goodness. Ugh, God, how long did
Murphy
that
can
take?
still beat him though. Go Murphy.
Oh yeah, Murphy can totally be him. I imagine Murphys come in swarms.
Swarm of Murphys.
Yeah. A collective term is a meep of a meep of Murphys. A Murph meep.
Okay. Idea: a series where you try to make a new creature type, like a spirit or yokai type.
Yeah, okay.
Episode 1 is what they are. Episode 2 is how their bodies work. Episode 3, general mindset. Episode 4, society. Episode 5, history.
That sounds really cool.
And episode 6, make fun.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, no, that sounds really fun. I love the idea of that. We have a limited number of creature types in D&D, don't we? So it would be nice to have some new things to draw on, wouldn't it?
If it's a bit Mori-like, it could have a second pair of jaws inside the mouth.
Ooh.
That's grim.
That's really cool, though. I do like that.
I was so terrified of Mori eels when I was a child, because it was probably the scariest thing in Deep Sea World, which is Scotland's rip-off Sea World.
My uncle used to keep exotic fish, and he had an eel that he fed, and I remember, like, one of my earliest memories of him is him having no end to his finger because it had bitten the end of his finger off when he was trying to feed it. It's just like lesson number 1 in some animals are not pets. Like, no matter how much money you spend on it, they are not pets.
In the history of Deep Sea World, the only animal to do any damage to a diver was a Mori eel, because it bit through his bottom lip and then like go.
Oh. Because their teeth are transparent, or translucent, I suppose, aren't they? They're like glass, which is really creepy to look at, but also really cool, because like, how many creatures have transparent teeth?
Okay, I really like this suggestion though, talking about it. Bram says, what if it opens its mouth and it's a flashlight?
Yeah! Yeah! That's happening! Oh man, heck yeah. I love that idea. A torch pig, that's definitely happening. God, a noodle-butted long pig, a noodle-butted torch pig even. I love that.
York says, perhaps you could put your own spin on iconic franchises, like just imagine Stan Lee creating the DC universe.
I think I want to keep things to the D&D side of things, but it's that kind of thing's a good idea in general.
Mario 64 Mori eel, absolutely terrifying. These are not petable pets, at least.
No, they are not.
Murphy's collective noun should be a sigh, a despondency, a calamity, or a glut. That's my take. You encounter a despondency of Murphs.
Oh, I kind of love it.
Okay, so the Mario eels are something. Oh God, not the Mario eels. Must be,
No, so Mario 64 had a few like very traumatizing moments when it totally shouldn't have, and the eels in it were just like weirdly scary. It's that, and there was also like one room that had a piano in it, and when you went into the room, it's like a piano mimic basically, except in a child's game, you were not expecting a mimic that would scare the absolute giblets out of you.
Yeah, don't even mention the Mario P64 64 piano.
Yeah, exactly. So that and the eels. There was like...
All I know about that is it's the only game my granny ever got into.
What, really?
Yeah, my dad's mum.
No way.
But I've never played it myself. I
could never complete it, but it's really weird that people are bringing it up, because I have recently seen a few people streaming it on Twitch, and I've been really enjoying like watching it, although it is as horrifyingly difficult as I remember it being. So you know, I run out of patience with it, even watching other people do it, which is horrifying to think about. But,
M14SRB says, hello, glorious beardy man.
hello, thank you very much for being here and appreciating my beard, which I've actually shaven recently. Made it a little bit smaller.
Have you unlocked the YouTube membership, by the way?
Oh yes, I have, and I have for about a year been meaning to do that stuff. There's a few more things I need to set up. I need to film a video you have to film a video to like publicize it, that they won't let you start it without, but everything keeps getting in the way. And there was something else that I needed to do as well, but it was very minor. So I'll be definitely putting those up next year. So expect that in, February or March, something like that. I'll get that done. It's, very nearly there, and I'll be making sure that the Patreon exclusive videos that I do are also available for people who have YouTube memberships and stuff like that. So it's just another way to get the same sort of things, but then there's also I get to give you guys emotes and stuff, and a few other little rewards that are YouTube specific, which is quite cool. So yeah, basically very soon it is definitely coming. I've had it unlocked for ages, but I have not done anything about it because it's me. Or should I say, with our Mario chat recently, it's me.
No.
I should not.
I feel like that must be the
oh god, yeah. Italian plumbers.
Can there be a Murphy tier in the YouTube membership?
There can definitely be a Murphy tier in the YouTube membership. All of our weird little cursed creatures that we make on streams.
Or Drippy member emote.
Oh, yes, definitely. I've actually put a Drippy emote on the Discord today, as a matter of fact. So, because two people, both Nap and Kit, have paid money to the Discord server so that we can have more emotes and stuff like that. So they've increased the power of our Discord, and so we get more emotes and stuff, which is very kind of them. So I will do things like adding emotes of that nature to YouTube, because people, when you do the membership thing, they get to use the emotes on, I think it's any videos. It's not just videos that you do as well. So that would be that you could bring the Drippy emote to other videos, I believe, as well.
What, spam other creators?
Yes, you
Drippy?
You could spread the good word of Drippy, the gospel of Drip, to other channels.
Oh my god. He says, I'm too young to fully understand your trauma of Mario 64. Oh, thanks for looking us all.
Thanks, yeah. I was about to say, I'm only yeah, okay. I'm only in my early 30s.
You're in limbo
okay.
because we haven't been able to celebrate your birthday for 2 years.
Yeah.
So you're still mentally 29.
Yeah. Is anyone else going to have an absolute blowout at the end of the pandemic? I'd say end of the pandemic because, we've just had this, the most dystopian thing that I've heard ever since the pandemic itself happened that made me feel like I was in Silent Hill even more was we have the Omicron variant.
Yes.
Omicron variant? And what supervillain is naming these now? Because COVID-19 is just yes. Very clearly a doctor came up with this. I get that. That's fine. Totally understand. That's an initialism. Omicron variant is just they've gone to some cackling Bond villain's lair. It's and what would you call this? Omicron has been released.
Yeah. I was driving through some Silent Hill mist today with the radio crackling in and out of connection, listening to the First Minister give out this warning about the Omicron variant, and I was just what computer game have I just
exactly. Welcome to Raccoon City.
What is going on here?
Yeah. Good grief. If you see any beavers starting to build way too quickly, then we're in the post-apocalypse, apparently.
Max says, I keep forgetting it's a pig. Dear baby Jesus, please send out.
Yes.
We could be called the Murphy Witnesses.
Oh, yes.
Zach says, wow, I've been gone for a bit. We have Pig Snake.
Yes. Pig Turtle
pigs.
Snake.
My mom told me it sounded like a Transformers name.
Yes. Yeah, I can get that. It sounds robotic, doesn't it? So
Omicron.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, no, it does definitely.
Not the cult of Drippy and or Murph.
Year 10 of the pandemic, we're on the Zeta variant, and I've forgotten how old I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Very soon, if this goes on for much longer, we're going to have to refer to like the world before as the before times, and that's going to be a sign that we are definitely in some like early 80s, maybe early 90s film about an apocalypse that happened.
So apparently it's the Greek O, and it's the short O as in frog, so like Omega.
Okay.
It's the most sinister of the Greek letters, apart
Yeah.
from perhaps Omega. I hope there's never an Omega variant.
Yeah, no, Omega variant sounds terrible.
From what I understand, they jumped up a few Greek letters, skipping the nu and chi, maybe?
The Greek alphabet is one of the few that I don't know why I had to memorize it for something. There was like some class. I went to fancy boy school, and I remember having to memorize that. And so like there's a few things like the rivers of Yorkshire, the Greek alphabet, and a few, like it's one of those things that's like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell or whatever, that kind of thing. There's like a few things that just stick in your brain for the rest of time that you'll never be allowed to forget. It's do you have any weird things from school that like you just kind of had to remember and they've just stuck forever, even though it has absolutely no, I mean, other than just algebra, I guess, that's just kind of stuck in your brain forever and you're not allowed to make space for anything else? Think of how many more D&D rules I could memorize if I didn't have to have, mitochondria in there.
Oh, your pal Willem is joining us. Hey everyone, I just got home. Glad I could catch the stream.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
In a few years, we'll have the Doom variant, named after the eponymous dictator of Latveria.
Latveria, yeah, Dr. Doom himself.
Oh, I thought you were Doom the game.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I mean, close enough. All would work.
that.
All would work.
I used to play Doom when I was like 6.
Okay.
I don't think that was appropriate.
Definitely not.
It could have been some pelican eel-like mouth or throat.
Ooh.
Twisty end on its tail, almost the most important pig feature. Have you got that?
I kind of tried to
curl?
interpret that by having this little like wavy serpenty curl at the end, because like it's long but still curly. Does that come across?
I think add a little like very like looped curl at the end, just proper little piggy tail.
There you go. Enjoy.
Minring's tipped us again. Thank you very much. Could you do a non-humanoid player race live stream?
Yes, I would absolutely love to do that. I think we should definitely do
That
some of the
could be
player
one for
species.
the new year.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. We've got all of our things sort of lined up for the rest of the year, but I'm assuming we're talking next year.
M14 says primary school equals cells are the smallest thing. High school equals everything is either solid, liquid, or gas. College, what about atoms and plasma?
Yes.
But the cabman says, but if you don't know about mitochondria, how would you ever save yourself on the parasite Eve?
Parasite Eve?
Don't forget that one.
I don't know either. Maybe it's an obscure reference, or maybe it's something we're supposed to know from school.
Willem says, nothing I love more than a pig turtle eely thing.
Of course, yeah. I'm sure this Nightmare Beast would agree. It's got some cute in there.
In music class, they forced us to learn that our thumb was represented by the number 1. I was 8 and I hated that idea, and I've tried to forget it. My hatred for that fact forced me to never forget it.
Oh, is that like the German counting thing? Like the
oh right, so you
like
start 1, 2, 3, 4 on the thumb. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's
goodness.
I used to be really incensed that our school insisted on us starting the week on a Sunday.
Oh yeah, no, I hate that.
I was like, no, clearly a week starts on a Monday.
I hate that too. Like, I will not buy calendars or anything like that have Sunday is the first
It's just
day.
wrong. I'm
It is
sorry.
incorrect.
It's the
It's-
end of the week.
Yes, absolutely.
the
It's
day of
rest.
dread.
Yes.
Okay, well, rest. There's two types of people.
Yeah, dread or rest, whatever. It's a no bones day. Sunday's a no bones day.
Circumference is pi times diameter.
Oh God.
Large.
Freaking pie! I could like the only pie I want to hear about is cherry. All right, that's.
We used to have a teacher. I mean, I was about 16, 17, so it wasn't a younger end of school, but she had a parrot toy that you could press and you could record a saying and it would rap it back to you.
Oh my
So
God!
she used to say things like circumference is pi times diameter into it, and then it would rap that for like a solid 2 minutes.
Oh my God! Okay, that sounds like you need to go to a therapist after that. Like, that would traumatize you. Also, you'd never listen to rap again, would you?
No.
Maybe that was the point. They were trying to put people off rap.
Oh, by the way, the long peg looks like it would be called the Murphy Eater.
Oh, can't eat no Murphys. They're pals. I mean, he does look a little bit sinister, I'll be honest.
Large, non-humanoid or otherwise exotic or non-traditional player races are an interesting subject, says Cabman. I know Starfinder has some built into it, but most avoid it for balance reasons, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I know there's a lot of... certainly when I first started playing, I remember thinking that the Aarakocra were incredibly imbalanced because they got flight early, for example. I don't really feel that way anymore. I'm far more into the sort of like, let's just do what seems fun. But then again, I'm also really bad at balancing the game in favour of fun. So, yeah, I don't know. I like large-sized things, but then we don't really do like carrying capacity and stuff in our games. It's just like, does it seem sensible that you'd be able to carry that kind of thing? I guess we're not really very rules heavy in our games, so yeah. But I get it. I get that it could very easily break a game. So yeah.
Parasite Eve is from Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
Which
We should have definitely got that.
It's where the mitochondria decide that they've had enough and try and take over the world.
Oh my God.
Max says, "Oh, you start on the thumb and that's that." My inner German is acting up.
How dare we speak against that well-known tradition that only Germans do?
I mean, it does kind of make sense, though.
Don't you change? Don't you start with that? You are. Well, you're Scottish. I was going to say you're British. No. Yeah, I suppose you are. You are technically against your will in the UK.
Or you could do a non-5e D&D monster month where you do old monster art that was not 5e.
That's a really nice idea. I like the sound of that. I think that's one of the things. Like, I'd like to, in a leisurely way, not like I don't want to spend a ton of money off the bat, but I think, I like going to charity shops and stuff like that, and I like going to kind of like antique shops and things. And if I happened to come across things like 4th edition's Monster Manual or 3rd edition's, things like that, I would like to collect those and kind of do more videos about the various creatures. I'm not gonna like go out and buy all the editions that I've missed just off the bat, because I think that would be a huge waste. But if I happened upon them, I would very much like to make a lot of videos about the creatures that haven't made it. What did or didn't make the cut, or what can we still expect in 5th edition, because I feel like we're quite late on in 5th edition right now, even though we're just getting to some of the really meaty things, like Strixhaven, for example. I believe Strixhaven has come out on D&D Beyond, but physical copies are still for pre-order or something along those lines. Either way, we're getting to some really cool stuff right now, but I know there's more things that usually in a system's lifetime have yet to arrive that are kind of staples of D&D. For example, I think we mentioned last time that Spelljammer is very likely to be coming out soon, because we had the Unearthed Arcana about a lot of the Spelljammer races, and it's not an edition of D&D until Spelljammer has come out, There's more kind of staple things like that we have yet to be introduced to, but I feel like we've got a huge plethora of creatures right now, and a lot of the staple things. I think by the time you get to releasing the Harengan, like rabbit people, you've got most of D&D in the bag, you know.
Where are we? Bram says, I don't know why, but Smork sounds like a fun name for this.
Yeah. Snake pork, yes. It seems.
Yeah. York says, I'm bad in balancing the game towards my players surviving.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I do the exact same. It's so hard to pull that trigger. You know, you give them a million opportunities to like, don't die. I cannot be the person to kill you. But you know, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you have to, don't you? But yeah, I find it really hard to pull that trigger, as it were. Always finding a way to kind of bring something to save them at the nick of time.
I know that you hate spiders, but Calvin says Starfinder? Is that Starfinder?
Oh yeah, Starfinder, yeah.
Starfinder has a race that's just a giant fire-breathing spider that can use its silk and fire-breathing to float around like a hot air balloon.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
If it was like a giant peacock spider as well.
Yeah, I see. This is the thing. I made a homebrew race of Etacaps. Like I made stats on my website. I think they're on the website currently as well, of Etacaps that you can play, because like they're fun features. Like they are fun creatures. They're fun features. However you want to say it. But it's they do creep me the hell out. So yeah.
Steve says, I bet Urban Dictionary has already wasted Smork. I hate Urban Dictionary.
Yes.
I did just look up. It's not that bad.
Okay.
It just means smoke more.
Okay.
Or snort and smoke a substance. To smork a cigarette.
Okay. I get you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could do videos where you turn antiques or old toys into D&D monsters.
I'd love that. Yes. I've got what I call my magpie box, which is a box that I keep in my shed where all my miniatures are. That is kind of like things that I reckon would make good scenery, and that I find, or you know, that are destined for the recycling. I tend to rescue and things like that. So I'd love to make some minis and some other things of that nature that are part of my magpie box. So that would be really fun.
You're asking about Scottish patriotism, and is it like beat England but not really like the Welsh? I think that's fair enough.
I think
in some senses, yeah, but I don't think in general that we, like Scottish people, hold it against English people personally. They just like to make the sweeping statements. Yeah, I think it's
got the attitude of, I mean, like it becomes serious when it's kind of like bleep London. But then, you know, if you're a left-leaning voter like us, then you tend to feel that way anyway, because it's been, you know, Tory rule for a long time. Yeah, I've never had any genuine animosity about being English here. There's been a lot of kind of like the whole on YouTube, the jokes that English people make about Welsh people, for example, are in the same vein, the same energy that English people receive living in Scotland, you know, if that makes sense.
Not that specific joke.
No, not that specific joke, but it has the same vibe, you know what I mean? So you're not made to feel unwelcome or anything like that. There's just like a bit of banter, I guess. Some people genuinely don't like English people, but they're rare. I think the only time
that's not exclusive to Scotland. So.
Oh no, for sure. We've done terrible things to everyone across the world, but you know,
Yeah, you encounter it, but it's
Yeah.
not.
I think I've been
bad as
genuinely harassed like one time in Glasgow, basically, and when I was a student and was drunk in Edinburgh in a pub that I probably shouldn't have gone into. But you know, that's about the size of it, you know.
Although saying that, all my family think I've married up in the world because I've married an English person.
I think that's just because I sound like my voice sounds like it's congealed out of Radio 4 parts that have fallen down the drain. So I'm a very posh English person.
What was your inspiration for giving your metallic dragons feathered wings?
Okay, so I used the wrong colour there. So I've seen a lot of dragons in the past with feathered wings, and I just like that aesthetic for a start. Like just dragons with feathers seems pretty cool. But also, D&D makes a point of making chromatic dragons that, you know, demonic in some capacity. They are inherently evil creatures, and there's nothing in the world that's like inherently evil. But then Tiamat, the progenitor of the chromatic dragons, is a devil or a demon queen, technically, like a goddess who's part demon, part dragon. And it made me think that, like, when something turns into a demon and it gets wings, it gets those bat wings by and large. And so I thought, like, maybe those dragons don't have dragon wings, maybe they have bat wings as demons do. And then that made me think, well, maybe inherently good aligned dragons have feathered wings, and that kind of gave me the metallic feathered look. And also, when I was growing up, I really liked Archangel from the X-Men, who was like, originally there was Angel, who was just a guy with feathered wings, and then he got all corrupted and had like metal wings that could fire out kind of little needly things, and it was way over the top and way 90s and absolutely terrible, but I loved the aesthetic at the time. And it just made me think, like, yeah, I like the idea of feathered wings on a dragon. We can carry those feathers on, and you know, dinosaurs had feathers for the most part, so why don't we come up with something that ties those themes together, basically. I hope that answers your question, because I rambled so much there that I can't remember where I started with it.
Well, perhaps it's the only people that get harassed are Margaret Thatcher fans.
Yes, very true.
I've never been more uncomfortable in my entire life than we once went to a restaurant in London with your parents, and there was literally a gold statue of Margaret Thatcher sitting next to me, and I was like,
my parents are card carrying Tories, pretty much. I'm not sure they actually. Either way, they vote Tory. I shouldn't.
Don't outlaw man.
Yeah, no. But it's all right. We cancel out their votes. I know it's. And look, we've just had Thanksgiving in America, so they, like, a lot of the people watching here will have had the awkward chats with their families sitting around, you know, the family disputes. If someone brings up politics by accident, it's like, oh cool, the day is ruined. I very much have that same issue with my parents, who, you know, my dad was a sort of typical 80s businessman, so you know, that whole chestnut. But yes, we did go to London with them once, and were invited to meet them in a restaurant that they were at, and there was a solid gold statue of Margaret Thatcher within, and it's the only place in my entire life that I've been kicked out of, actually, because I wasn't dressed fancily enough. I was wearing a three-piece suit, but I had Converse on rather than brogues. And I was asked to leave, and I was...
Well, they asked to give you a pair of shoes, a spare pair of shoes, and your face was a total picture.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute cretins. No, thank you.
Anyway, Max says, I wanted to make the metallic dragons differently in my campaign. I have steel dragons who look like big cats and plate armour.
Oh, that sounds
and
cool.
Metallic feathered wings.
My goodness.
Norman says, I imagine these creatures hunting in rivers but also being able to move on land. Or it could be a burrowing kind of creature.
Oh, that's cool. Burrowing. We've not had many burrowing creatures.
Steve says, I love the way that you did the metallic dragons. It was serendipity for me because in my world, the metallic dragon feather Bahamut came from the spilled blood of Aurora, the feathered rainbow servant.
Ooh, I don't know it. There might be an actual D&D lore character who I'm unaware of, or it might be someone from their own world, maybe?
It's looking cool.
Thank you very much.
Such a bizarre fusion, but
it's working. It's working.
Yeah.
The dice don't lie, and the suggestions are always good.
Cult of the Golden Thatcher, a new Call of Cthulhu scenario.
Oh my god, no, that would be too real. I'd get genuine PTSD from from playing that.
Maybe suit and Converse, the 10th Doctor. Nobody kicks the Doctor out of places on dress codes.
You know what? The worst part is that's exactly what I felt. I was like, I feel like Doctor Who today. I was very pleased with myself.
Look very smart.
I was very pleased. I think I had a bow tie on and everything.
Yeah. And the ironic thing is, I was sitting next to in really muddy like walking boots, but they obviously don't have a shoe dress code for women, so they couldn't address me directly about it. Yeah. So they targeted you. Yeah. Even though you looked like a dandy, and I looked like a homeless person.
You didn't look like a homeless person.
I was in my walking gear. It wasn't.
We were trekking around.
I wasn't dressed up.
Yeah.
Oh, Crafty's in. Good evening.
Hi, Crafty. How you doing?
Norman says maybe it digs and lures prey with its flashlight mouth wide open.
That's very cool. I like the sound of that.
York says so far this feature doesn't look that bad, all things considered.
Yeah, there were some very peculiar parts all meshed in together, but it seems to have worked out pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Am I on the right layer here?
Both eyes are cool, yes.
They are, thank you. Oh, I'm in the wrong bit, that's why.
Steve said I'm guessing it's the feathered rainbow serpent. It's not from D&D lore, it's ancient Persia and Mesoamerican reskinning. In other words, I made it up.
Excellent.
That's cool.
Love that. I'm going to take away this sketch layer and see what we've got.
I'm looking at Murphy now, and I know that those are gills, but I'm seeing it as like a really skinny little chest.
Oh, little rib cage, yeah. Oh.
Anyone disrespecting the David Tennant Doctor style is an embarrassment to the universe itself.
Exactly.
I agree. That look is solid, and it will always be solid.
It's just a good look.
It hasn't dated too badly.
I know, yeah. I'm with you. I dread to think when it will. But
there's a statue that should be pushed off a dock if ever I heard one.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Who was it? I think the Irish, because Queen Victoria sent so many of them to Australia against her will, they eventually ripped down her statue, sailed it all the way over to Australia just to push it in over on a dock in Australia just to make a point.
Amazing. Absolutely brilliant. My goodness.
Love it.
Well, there we go. We have two. Oh yeah, actually the glow. You know what? I don't really want to add like. We know it glows in the dark, right? So we know that. I don't really want to add like glowing effects to that because I'm quite pleased with the way that looks. I think if I do anything more to it, I'll be tempering with fate. But I love the two creatures that we came up with today. Look at them. Like, those were some really weird suggestions that you all made. But they all tied together. You made things that like work super well together. You knew before I did that this would come out well. And yeah, I super love it. So yeah. Is there anything else you want to add? Otherwise, I think I'll wrap up and I think we should call it there.
Yeah.
End on the good note.
Get those stat blocks done at some point?
Yes, definitely. Like I say, I've finished all my videos, so I have a couple of commissions to do because I owe my patrons a couple of commissions. I have a few live streams to do next month, and I have basically Patreon rewards. But in between those things, and I am going to take December easy. I'm going to take time off and what have you. But I'm going to try and get as many of the live stream things that we've done that I've been needing to stat up and put on my website as possible done, including these two guys who I've really loved. So I'll probably do that tomorrow as much as I can, unless I'm forgetting that there's something that I need to be doing tomorrow. It probably is, but who knows. If there's not a bunch of things that I needed to do, then I will stat these guys up, rewatch the video, all your sort of ideas that you've come up with here about what they can do, what they're like, where they live, and how they operate, and I'll add some flavour as well, and I'll stick those over on Instagram and on my website and in the Discord and things of that nature. But yeah, I think that's everything. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for helping me make these two wonderful, partially adorable, partially crazy, but still really fun creatures. I definitely feel like we got a familiar over here, and a ranger pet over here maybe, and I love them. I think they're great. They're so cool, and they work with the colour palette well. I'm really proud of these. I'm really pleased with these. Thank you so much for all your amazing suggestions and for being here and being so active and lovely and such a wonderfully supportive community. And yeah, the next time you see me, it'll be December 1st. It'll be Dragon December, which opens up with a review of Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. It's a really long video because it's basically me opening the book for the first time, and then I kind of like edit through as I'm reading it. So you guys get to see inside the book. I've taken loads of images of it while I'm chatting about it and my kind of initial thoughts of what's in there. It is a long look. It's maybe one that you want to watch in a few different parts, but it is a thorough dive into it. So yeah, I'll see you in a couple of days for the start of Dragon December. Happy holidays in advance. And I look forward to getting very festive with you and cracking out the mulled wine. So thank you for joining me, and good night, guys. Bye.
Bye.